Today's adventure, we're gonna be busting some ghosts. Free posters. There's a beverage. And there's special snack packs. And they've got some other Ghostbustery type stuff here too. There's a Ghostbusters Icy. And oh, look at that sipper drink. And the popcorn bucket. So there's multiple types of ices for Ghostbusters here. I got Boo Raspberry, Slimer's Back, and Red One Cherry One. This is what we're looking at AMC chair-wise. A little worse for wear, but we are dead center. I did get a couple of goodies that I'll open up later. And on the way in, they gave us a pin. This is what the pin looks like. Pretty nice.
2 hours later.
Well, the movie's over, and despite all the negative reviews I kept seeing, I gotta tell you, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but it definitely is a Ghostbusters movie, and it has a lot of high points for Ghostbusters fans. Overall, I'd probably give it 3 out of 5. More thoughts in a minute, but first, these are the items that I picked up at the concession stand. I'm not big on getting like popcorn buckets and these other types of items, but we do have a couple of Ghostbuster shelves at home for display. This is a sipper cup. As you can see, you can drink out of the top of Stay Puft's head. Or is this one of the little Stay Puft guys? I think it's more like the little Stay Puft guys, but he's kind of oversized, so in any event. Oh, and he's got literally 2 faces. He's two-faced. Much like a lot of other people that I know. There, I corrected him. So now he looks like he's like guilty of something. So you can display him either as kind of like an evil Stay Puffy guy, or as a little bit more unassuming. He's got a guilty looking face. And I did pick up the AMC popcorn bucket ghost trap. As a matter of fact, I picked up the Regal ghost trap as well the other day, and I haven't taken that out of the packaging. But this one from AMC is cool because of the purple basket that's up top, so you could actually use this to keep your popcorn in if you were so inclined. I'm not. And it has a nice looking like weathered look to the side, right? So I like that it kind of looks metallic and that it's been banged up quite a bit or used, scuffed. It's got wheels on the bottom so that you could slide it around. The knobs do turn on this as well, so like all of the knobs are interactive, and you could actually turn this guy on. There you go, he's lit up now, and it's got a purple light in there. It's actually just some clear LEDs that are super bright. Kind of looks like a White Castle hamburger type of thing. If you can see it, it looks like it's all blurred in the light though. And let's shut the lights off in the car. This is what it looks like illuminated, which I think is pretty super cool. Like, you could definitely just put something on top here, maybe even a little Stay Puft guy, and display him on the shelf. And I like it a lot. I like AMC really outdoes themselves with their popcorn buckets, but I would say like this Ghost Trap bucket is $40. The Ghost Trap that's at Regal is $25. It does not do as much as this, at least with the plastic logo up top and basket to hold stuff. But to get back to thoughts about the movie, this is not spoilerific whatsoever, and please, if you're commenting below, don't include any spoilers as well. I had seen a ton of spoilers leading into this movie, and I'm happy to say that a lot of them were not even accurate. So a couple of things to touch on. There are a lot of characters in this movie, and I think that's what folks have said like is a flaw of the movie. When you watch the original Ghostbusters, which is, you'll never top the original Ghostbusters movie, it's really falling in love with like the core 4 Ghostbusters. And this movie does expand on the fleet of characters. But if you watch the last movie, Afterlife, that also expanded additional characters as well. But this movie has a healthy mix of both young and old, and both working collaboratively together. I think it's one thing, quite honestly, as being such a big Star Wars fan as myself, that the Star Wars reboot really kind of missed the mark on, in that in utilizing a little bit more of the older cast of the original folks, and this movie kind of blends everybody in together somewhat seamlessly. Also, McKenna Grace, we saw her at MegaCon. We went to her panel and listened to her and stuff. I want to say that she's like 17 years old right now, but she is a bona fide superstar in this movie, and she is, make no mistake about it, the star of this movie and the star of this franchise at this point. The story itself, the story is good, and then it kind of gets to a couple of points that I was like, oof. Like we had to bridge some pieces together, so we just kind of threw some connecting story plotline pieces together, and I think that that's the detriment more so than anything. There are some good laughs in the movie, just like in prior Ghostbuster movies. But the character interactions with each other, also just like you would expect in the other Ghostbusters movies. But I would say again, like there's some plot type pieces that are like kind of grin and bear it and get to the next scene. Without saying spoilers, there is one specific main character interaction in the film that I was not a giant fan of, and it leads into one of those iffy plot point type pieces that kicks off kind of the last act of the movie. And to me, you know, I just wasn't as big of a fan of that piece of the storyline and where it potentially was going as well. But overall, this installment of Ghostbusters, I'd say if you're a fan, you're probably going to really enjoy it. Or not hate it like me, or just not hate it just like I don't hate it. And it's gonna be great to rewatch multiple times. Like I can tell you, like leading into this movie, I rewatched all of the other Ghostbusters movies, and you know, this fits right there with the rest of them. So in any event, getting out of here. Thanks a lot for coming along. Thank you very much for all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.
Take a look.